In this video, we will learn about the Chalukya dynasty. So after Vakatak Empire lost its power in the southern India, the Chalukyas came into power. You can see the Chalukya dynasty. This is the Indian subcontinent, as you can see, North India, South India, and this is the Chalukya dynasty. It is marked in yellow color. And on the east side of Chalukya dynasty, you can see the Pallava dynasty. The capital of Chalukya dynasty was Badami or Vatapi, and the capital of Pallava dynasty was Kanchipuram. So Chalukya dynasty came into power after defeating many other dynasties like the Kadambas. Originally, they were feudatories under the Kadambas of the south. So after they defeated the Kadambas, they came into power, and they also defeated the Mauryas of the west coast and the Nallas. So all these were the empires defeated by the Chalukyas. So you can see all the empires here in the North India: late Guptas, Maukris, Pushyabhutis, Matrakas. This is India in 590 AD, and also the southern empires. And you can see the colors through which they are represented. It is on the map. So now let's move on to some of the important kings of the Chalukya dynasty. So this is the part of India that Chalukya Empire covered during its reign, or during the pinnacle of its reign, and it also covered some of the Pallava empires. There was a fierce battle which was fought for a long time between the Pallavas as well as the Chalukyas. This is the Indian subcontinent. So now let's look at the kings of the Chalukya dynasty. So now we look at the kings of the Chalukya dynasty. Yes. So first king was Pulakesin I. The Chalukya dynasty produced several notable kings throughout its history. First king was Pulakesin I, founder of the Chalukya dynasty, who established the kingdom in the Deccan region around 6th century CE. He was the feudatory under the Kadamba Empire, and he revolted and fought and also carved out an empire for himself under the Kadambas. So it was known as the Chalukya Empire, and the founder was Pulakesin I. After his death, his son Kirtivarman ascended the throne. Kirtivarman further expanded the empire. Kirtivarman's details is not given in these notes, but you have to remember that after Pulakesin I, his son Kirtivarman ascended the throne, and Kirtivarman further expanded his empire. So Kirtivarman expanded his empire by defeating the Kadambas in the south, the Mauryas of the west coast, as well as the Nalas. So he expanded the empire in the north-south direction and also in the east-west direction. So after Kirtivarman died, his son Pulakesin II was a minor. So his brother Mangalesh ascended the throne. Kirtivarman's brother Mangalesh ascended the throne because Pulakesin II was a minor at that time. After that, what happened is that Mangalesh defeated the Kalachuris of the Deccan Plateau and expanded the empire further north. So the further expansion of empire took place under Mangalesh, but Mangalesh was Kirtivarman's brother. So Mangalesh wanted his son Sundarvarman to become the king, and he did not give his throne or his empire. He did not want to give his empire to Pulakesin II. So Pulakesin II became angry. He went to Kolar, formed an army. And then returned with his army and defeated his uncle Mangalesh and killed him. After that, he became the king. He was one of the most important rulers of southern India, and he celebrated for his military conquests, diplomatic skills, and the patronage of art and architecture. He ruled during the 7th century CE, and there was a famous battle I will show you. There was a famous battle on the banks of Narmada. So you can see this is the Narmada river, which is flowing just above the Chalukya Empire, and in the north you can see the Pushyabhuti dynasty. So the famous king of the Pushyabhuti dynasty was also expanding his empire. Famous king of the Pushyabhuti dynasty was Harshvardhana, and he was expanding his empire towards the south. So when he reached Vallabhi as well as Bharuch, the kings of Vallabhi, Bharuch and Malwa went to Pulakesin II for help. So there was a fierce battle which was fought on the banks of Narmada, in which Pulakesin II defeated Harshvardhana and stopped his southern conquest. So this was one of the most notable battles in the history of India, and this stopped the expansion of Pushyabhuti Empire, this empire which was ruling in the northern India towards the southern India. and Chalukyas remained very strong in the southern part of India. After that, Pulakesin II took help from his brother Vishnuvardhan and expanded his empire towards the Andhra region, and there was a new empire which Kumji Vishnuvardhan carved out for himself. These were known as the Vengi Chalukyas because they defeated the Andhra Vengis of the Andhra, so they were known as the Vengi Chalukyas. And after this resulted in the conflict of the expansion towards the Andhra region, and the establishment of Vengi Chalukyas resulted in the conflict between the Pallavas, and it intensified the conflict between the Pallavas and the Chalukyas and resulted in many more battles between them. In one of those battles, Pulakesin II, the great king, died, and after that his son, we'll move on to the kings, his son Vikramaditya. After Pulakesin II, his son Vikramaditya became the ruler. So known for expanding the Chalukya territories and consolidating the kingdom's power during the 7th century CE. So Vikramaditya as well as Vikramaditya II expanded the Chalukya empire further. They fought many battles with the Pallavas. After the death of Pulakesin II, Pallavas captured the Chalukyan territories for almost 13 years, much of the Chalukya territory for almost 13 years. But Vikramaditya II again defeated the famous kings of the Pallava dynasty and captured their capital Kanchipuram. After capital Kanchipuram was captured, he distributed the wealth to the poor people and also won their hearts. When Vikramaditya II was returning back to his capital Badami, his feudatory, that is Danti Durg of Rashtrakuta dynasty, killed him, and after that it was the end of the Chalukyan empire as well as the rise of the Rashtrakuta empire. So this is all about the Chalukyan empire. I have told you about the notable kings: Pulakesin I, Kirtivarman I, Pulakesin II, Pulakesin I, his son Kirtivarman I, then Mangalesh, Pulakesin II, as well as Vikramaditya I, as well as Vikramaditya II. So all these kings, among others, played pivotal roles in shaping the history, culture and legacy of the Chalukyan dynasty. So you can see all the kings, and you have to remember these notes will be very helpful to you during your mains as well as prelims preparation, and you can just hear the lecture which I give you or the notes which I give you, and you can also gain some knowledge about it. So hope you found this video informational. I'll see you in the next video.